everyone, I'm Chris O'Neill from Sew the Distance. Thank you for joining me today as I talk about a recap of Jenny's Countdown to Christmas 2023. So exciting. All right, I had such a fun time with this. I had fun opening the gifts. I love opening presents, and I'm so glad that you enjoyed seeing it and maybe opening along with me and just talking about all of the wonderful stuff in the comments, which I also absolutely loved. So in this video, I'm going to just talk about the value, not necessarily the monetary value. I'll touch on that at the end, but it's more the experience value and how much I grew as a quilter from this box and all that wonderful stuff. For me, the projects, the fabric, all of that, the patterns, we got 7 patterns, including the little, this one. So 7 patterns in all. And I made, let me look at my notes, 17 items that I would not have made if it hadn't been for this box. Let's just talk about them for a few minutes. First, our first project was this, which was the ugly sweater pattern. I love this. I probably wouldn't have made this, maybe, but probably not. I took the template and I also added it to my Christmas tree, just put a ribbon through the top. So I also got kind of an ornament too, and I can use it if I want to too. I also made these table toppers out of the pattern, let me find it, this one, the table runner. So instead of making one big table runner, I decided I was going to make table toppers just because it's something I would use. I love this, even though my points are really bad, they turned out so cute and I got to try different quilting techniques on them, including matchstick quilting, which was so much fun. I mean, look at the back, look at how pretty. I've never done that before and I got to experience that, and I probably would have experienced that without this, but still, it was a lot of fun. This bag, I would have probably never picked up a pattern for this type of bag. It's not something I'd make, but I love it, especially like in the summertime, if I'm going out to a pool or something or to the beach. You could throw in your sunglasses, a book, maybe some hand sewing if you're going on a little trip, I don't know. But it's just such a cute bag and I love the fabrics. And then I also made a table runner that I haven't finished yet out of the extras, and this is from one of my patterns, so that was a lot of fun too. My favorite project though, by far, was this one. I know I was supposed to use these fabrics. But I used vintage fabrics, some feed sacks and stuff like that I had. This was so much fun. And the reason I haven't finished this yet is because I think I'm gonna be making a quilt out of this because I love it. I think it's the cutest thing and it was so much fun. I sewed these on by hand, which was a lot of fun, and just, it was a great project. So those are just some. I also made the birds, the little mini pincushion here. I also, what else? Oh, the trees. And I learned that I don't like making that twine. Not something I would do again. However, the birds with the felt wool applique, I love that. And I would absolutely do that again. In fact, I hope to do that in the new year too. So there are a lot of experiences that I would not have experienced had I not gotten this box. I got to try new notions, and the puzzle book, I got to challenge my mind, and I love our bag. I mean, so cute. I think it's important to note something about the branding with Missouri Star. Now, of course, they're going to brand their products. I would, if it were my box, I would have, Sew the Distance all over the place with it. But what I loved about Missouri Star this year, and they kind of did this last year too, is it wasn't in your face branding. So they have a color palette of the turquoise, the maroon, the navy blue. So like in the plates, we got to see that color palette, and then mugs and everything else matched from then on. The color palette is there. Even the little, what's it called? Let me get it. This is their color palette from their color palette. So everything kind of goes, but it's also a really nice, consistent colorway that we all can appreciate and we all love, even though it is Missouri Star's colorway. So it was a subtle exposure of the company, but it was still kind of mixed in. Do you know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean. And this is a great example of this. Of course, it has their logo here, and the logo is in the fabric of this, but it's also not so touristy or souvenir-y type of things that sometimes we've seen in the past, and I love that. And thank you, Missouri Star, if you're watching this, for that. All right, let's talk about the monetary value briefly. I'm not going to go in depth with this just because I have it all laid out on my blog, and because a lot of it is such personal opinion. So some people wanted me to include the box, which it's a really nice box. You know, I'm probably going to use it for Christmas ornaments and stuff. In fact, I know I'm going to be using it for that. I don't know, it's a nice box, okay? And also the wrapping paper. Wrapping paper to me is something I would expect with any Advent box. For me, that's not something I would include. Now there is free shipping. A lot of places have free shipping, so I'm not including that either. So there's a lot of things that personally I wouldn't include in the value, but I am sure you would, and that's great. You can absolutely figure out the value on your own. I will even give you a worksheet on my evaluation of this box. I have a blog. I'll put a worksheet on there so you can figure out the evaluation on your own if you choose to do so, to see if it was worth it for you. I'd love to hear from you. I have so many wonderful things planned for the new year. I hope you have a wonderful new year. It is New Year's Eve today, so it's so exciting too. So much coming up. Can't wait to share. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you take some time to sew, and I will see you real soon. Bye.